want to ask you a question. It's a question of biological application and deep philosophical implications. That question is, why must we all die? And so, to answer that question, I've asked a special guest to join me on OfFiftyTwo today. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce you to Death. You're a lot shorter than I expected. Well, I guess since I'm dead now, this doesn't really matter anymore. I guess dogs really can see ghosts. Death, A Life by George Pendle is a very funny story. It chronicles the life of Death, starting with his birth in hell, the result of an incestuous relationship between Satan and sin, and chronicles his growing up and coming of age in hell and moving to the Garden of Eden, where he discovers his purpose. He's there to usher souls into the void so that they may go to whatever afterlife they deserve. He meets many people, many great figures, kings and rich men and poor men. He even finds a love interest in a recurring reincarnation of a woman named Maud, which I think is probably a hats off to the 1970s film Harold and Maude, in which a young man falls in love with an older woman who is obsessed with life. Except Maud in Death, A Life is obsessed with death, and she likes to die in the most gruesome ways possible. So as a result, Death kind of takes a liking to her and, you know, sort of falls in love with her, but even Death himself is not immune to vice. In fact, he becomes addicted to life and has to spend a half a millennia in rehab. This book also relates to our modern day times in terms of the fear of losing one's job. In fact, at one point God decides that, well, Death, your job is going to be obsolete soon, but all of creation revolts because they realize that they need Death. With his job security in place, Death goes on to continue his life's work. Again, this is another book that I would highly recommend. It's a lot of fun. I was laughing constantly while reading it. I think you guys will probably enjoy this book too. I would highly recommend you check it out. But in the words of the engineer of the Starship Enterprise under Captain Jean-Luc Picard, don't take my word for it. So you can check it out. There's going to be a link in the bar below where you can check it out on Amazon.com. The next book that we'll be reviewing is Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. Gotta say, I'm not enjoying it too much. It kind of makes me want to kill myself. Never mind, he already took care of that. As always, you can follow me on Twitter. It's @MarkJonesAudio. The hashtag for OfFiftyTwo is over here, as you can see. Also, Will Driskill helped me film this again. He's @PenandPensive. Death was played by Gunnar McAlister, and he provided his services to us most graciously. You can follow him on Twitter @GunnarMac. Thanks for watching. I'm Mark Jones. Please leave a comment or a video response down below, and I'll see you guys next week.